Good morning children, and welcome to our innovative YouTube channel. In today's lecture, I am to give a brief information about Standard 10 English, chapter number 2's poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. In this poem, there is a contrast between a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in the jungle. We can easily identify that if the tiger is in the zoo, so he will be in the cage. He can't do whatever he wants. And compared to that, if the tiger is in the jungle, so he can do whatever he wants. So this is the same thing. Each and every person wants their freedom. Same thing happened with the animals also. They also want freedom, right? So on this topic only we are going to start with this poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. So looking at the first stanza, we can see, he walked in his vivid stripes, a few steps off his cage, on pads of velvet white, in his quiet reach. So here the tiger is in the cage only. He is taking the vivid steps. He is taking a very long, small steps, and he is very straight when he is walking, and the velvet straps on his body. This is showing that tiger's dignity. And when he is walking in the cage, he is very lethargic. He can't do anything. He is walking here and there in the cage, because behalf of that he can't do anything, because he is in the cage. He has boundaries to do whatever he wants. So in this first stanza, this is the brief idea that how his life is going on during he is in the zoo. Now we are going to the second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, siding through lost grass, never the water hole where pump deers pass. Now in this stanza, this is showing that the tiger is in the jungle. Now there is a contrast where the tiger is in the zoo, and now in the second stanza, the tiger is in the jungle. So what he is doing, in a very small shadows where the grass are there, right? So from there towards he went to the water body in the jungle, the river, the nearest river of the jungle. And what this tiger is doing, he is looking at the deer, his food, his targeted food. So what he is doing, slowly he is going towards them to see what they are doing. So this is the contrast, that in first stanza we can see that the tiger is walking here and there, but he is in the cage. He has boundary. He is doing nothing. And another part is in the jungle, and slowly he is also walking, but he can see the deer. He can come close to the water body. He come close to the river. So this is the contrast of it. Now we are looking at the third stanza. He should be snaring around the house at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs and claws, terrorizing the village. Now in this stanza, we can see that the tiger, when his target, his food is deer, but he is not able to have that deer if he is not able to have any kind of food for him. So what he is doing, he went to the nearest village of that jungle, and what he is doing, he terror in the village. People are helter-skelter because the tiger entered in the village. So this is a very tough situation for people also. So this kind of situation is created by us only, because we kill animals, we use their skin for our own purpose. We make the purses, we make the shoes, we make the clothes. So because of that, the amount of the animals become less. So now what the tiger is doing is going to the nearest village and terrorizing the people. So this is also a negative thing also in this third stanza. Now we are going to the fourth stanza. In this fourth stanza we can see, but he is locked in the concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Now again this fourth stanza, the tiger is again in the cage. Again he has some boundaries, right? Now what this tiger is doing, he is roaring, right? He is gathering a lot of voice during that time, but he don't have any other option, right? Roaring here and there, and he is taking steps toward in this cage. And what happened? The visitors of that zoo came near to him and want to address himself, but the tiger don't have any interest to attend them, because the whole day he has to do the same thing. He has to address the people only, the visitors only. So this is a very common thing for him. And in this poem also there is a routine of the whole day. From the morning to evening he has to see the visitors only. So this is also a boring thing, right? If I am talking about our own thing, right? In the whole day, if you are looking at this one teacher only, okay, the same teacher is teaching you each and every subject, then what is the feeling of you? You'll also get bored, right? The same thing happened with the tiger also. The whole day, every day, visitors are coming and attending them. So again, the tiger is very bored, right? So the fourth stanza is based on that. Now we are looking at the fifth stanza. In this fifth stanza, we can see, he hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Now, in this stanza, we are talking that in previous stanza we can see that visitors are there, right? So in daytime, visitors are coming to visit him, to attend him, and in the night time, what happened? The patrolling cars came. So from the morning to night, he is not able to get the sleep, because the patrolling car came, they flashes the light, pour the horns, right? So he is not able to sleep. They also want their privacy, like we want, right? So what this tiger is doing at the night, he is looking at the sky, the twinkling stars, reflexes on his eyes, and waited for his freedom. So when the patrolling car came, he only think that he want freedom. He want to live in the jungle. So the whole concept of this poem is to describe about the emotions of the animal also who are in the zoo, right? In this poem also, from morning to evening, the tiger is attending other different delicacies. Morning to evening he attending the visitors, and at the night he show the patrolling cars. So this is the situation of tiger. If we compare the whole poem, the whole situation in our own personal life, then what we can see? We also want freedom. We also want space between other person. Even we want the space from our parents, our siblings, our relatives, our friends, right? Because we want to spend some time, few time for ourselves also. Freely, right? Without any kind of boundary. So from this poem, we can have some idea about this freedom, right? We don't want any kind of slavery anymore, right? Like the tiger had. So whenever we get the chance for others, this is for, I'm not talking about for our thing. We have to think for the others also. They also want space. They also want freedom. So we have to give space to them also. So from this poem, we learn this moral value that each and every person, animal wants their own freedom, their own space to live freely. Thank you everybody. Have a nice day. I hope you learned very much things in this video. Thank you so much.